Mid-2020, here we are. We've made it halfway through 2020. Just imagine what the next half of the year is going to be. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so if anybody knows me, you know that I love to really focus and be intentional in my living. So I set goals, I plan, I visualize, I work towards those goals, and it's all about being who you want to be, the highest version of yourself, instead of living at the effect of your life. So I thought that I'd come on and just have a quick chat with you. I have a bunch of questions for you so you can look back on the first half of your year and then look forward to the next half of your year and maybe make some decisions on what you want to be, where you want to do, and what you want to achieve over this next 6 months. I know it has been a crazy, crazy 6 months, but I also know it's been a beautiful 6 months and there's beauty in it. And what would you like the next 6 months to be for you? So this is a mid-year review video just to kind of get you thinking about what you want to do. So let's look back on the first half of your year. So I have a few questions for you. What did you achieve? What did work well in your life? What did you accomplish in all aspects of your life? And maybe pause and go through each of them and just kind of realize, okay, here's the things I did do. Here's what I did manage to do. I'll give you a second there. And then the next question is, what stretched you? What was so unbelievable that you didn't think you would be able to accomplish it or work through it? Where did you stretch and grow? What did you learn this year? And then how well did you care for yourself this year? What did you do that was gentle and caring and supportive of yourself? And then for all of those questions, I have one question, compared to what? Compared to what? What did you achieve compared to what? Who are you measuring, or what are you measuring this against? Are you measuring it against last year's goals, last year's success, last year's achievement? Or are you measuring it against somebody who's living their A-frame, picture-perfect life, and you're measuring against their highlights? So compared to what? What are you comparing it to? And then one of my favorite things that I like to do is tadas. So to note what were the things that you accomplished in a day, in a week, in a month, in a 6-month period. So what are your tadas? Now I want to be very clear, the difference between a to-do and a tada is not just a check mark that you've accomplished something. A tada is when you sit back and you're like, holy, I can't believe I did that, or look at what I did. Something that in your day you've probably even surprised yourself on. So let's look at this last 6 months, the first half of 2020. What are your tadas? What are the things that you think, oh, I can't believe that I did that. I accomplished that. That's what I did. Even if it was developing new skills to handle things that you didn't expect that you'd need to handle. So what are your tadas? So when you look back on the first part of 2020, this last 6 months, what is it that you're proud of? Okay. And then now let's look forward. So hopefully you've paused, deal with all that, come back if you need to look at your forward stuff. So for the last half of 66, yeah, the last half of 2020, looking forward, let's go with what do you want to maintain? What's still that you did in the first 6 months that you really want to make sure you keep doing? So what are you maintaining? What are you keeping in this next 6 months for your life? And then is there anything you want to start? What's new? How do you want to end the last part of this year? What do you want to be? Like, plan something, pick a project, any project, and do it. and decide what are you going to start. Where are you going to be creative? Where are you going to help others? Where are you going to work to achieve more? And then my next question is, what do you want to modify? So you've started something, or you've been doing something that's been working this way in the last 6 months. What do you want to tweak just a little bit, but continue doing and bring into the next 6 months for you? And then that brings me to what do you want to release or stop? Like, what has got to go? What has got to go? What are you doing that you need to stop doing? What are you being that you need to stop being? And then what do you want to bring on to expand yourself? How are you going to elevate the last 6 months of your year? What is going to bring you to 2020 where you're like, holy, I had a hell of a good year. I worked so hard. I did so great on this. I am so proud of myself. What's your last 6 months going to be like? One thing I do is I pick 3 or 4 projects. I happen to have 5 on the go. It's kind of 6, but I have a couple of creative projects. I have a business focus. I have client focus, and I call it enjoy, which is a quality life focus. So I always have something around all those 5 areas that I'm working on, and always making sure that my goals and my priorities are set to move those things forward and to help in that way. What projects do you want to take on? What do you want to do this year, this last 6 months of the year? Because my gosh, do not rule out 2020. 2020 can't be canceled. Well, you could, but you shouldn't, because 2020 is a whole year of your life. So look back at the first 6 months. See what worked, what didn't work, what you want to do different, and move forward into these next 6 months and bring all of you in all of your creative genius and see what you're going to do. One of my clients that I coached earlier today, we were talking about immersion journaling, like planning what the future is, and think from there and write back to you now, your current self, telling yourself how amazing it is. Why don't you start there? Just picture how amazing it will be. And if you land on New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2020, and you're looking back and you're saying, wow, that was a hell of a year. So amazing. What needs to happen in the next 6 months to do that? And who's on your advisory committee? And what are you doing to support yourself? And how are you making sure that your last 6 months kicks ass? You've got this. 2020 is your year. Go out and make it amazing. You've got this. Take care.